What's going on, VoiceOver warriors and keyboard ninjas? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at keyboard commanders. So what's the deal with keyboard commanders? They are a handy way to either launch apps, bring apps to the front. You can assign them to VoiceOver commands. I have a tutorial on how to, say, assign a keyboard commander to mute speech so that you can hear better when you're trying to do a tight edit in Logic, or if you just want to adjust some plug-in parameters and use your ears without VoiceOver constantly telling you the value. So check that tutorial out. There'll be a link in the description below. But today we're going to talk about using keyboard commanders with launching apps and or bringing apps to the front. So first things first, we're going to open up the VoiceOver utilities. That's where you go to make any changes to VoiceOver, and the key command to do that will be VOF8.
Opening VoiceOver utility. VoiceOver utility, window, utility categories, table, general, selected has keyboard focus.
And we want to jump to the commanders category, so that's going to be command 8.
Commanders.
And I'm going to navigate over and select keyboard.
Trackpad, select numpad, tab keyboard, tab, 3, selected, keyboard, tab, 3 of 4.
All right, and now that we get the keyboard commanders category set up here, I'm going to continue navigating with VO right arrow.
Quick nav, tab, 4, enable keyboard commander, use. Right option key, use, pop-up button.
So you see by default this is set to be right option key. So if you press right option key and any of these letters, you will launch the app that they're assigned to. And like I said earlier, you can set one up to do something like toggle speech on or off, and any other VoiceOver setting you want to assign to a keyboard commander. But you can also have it do stuff like run Apple scripts, open a file, open a utility, etc, etc, etc. So let's go ahead and look at some of the stuff we have here already.
Keyboard commander, table, no selection.
Interact with this table.
In keyboard key, L, keyboard key, M.
So these are some that I set up, L to launch Logic, N to launch Notes.
N, November.
M opens Mail if I VO right arrow to the next column of this table.
Command open application, Notes, menu button. Keyboard key, S. Command open application, Safari, menu button. Keyboard key, T. Command run Apple script, time of day, menu button.
So you see, these are some that are already here, but let's say we want to add a new one. So I'm going to jump to the top here.
Keyboard key, L. Lima, row 1 of 7.
Actually, I'm going to stop interacting with this table.
On keyboard commander, table.
And if I VO right,
add button.
There's an add button, and if I VO space on this,
edit text, blank.
We can add a key to assign something. So let's do E.
Command menu button.
And
menu, 14 items.
I'm just going to jump to the bottom.
Custom commands, submenu.
Custom, the first option under this is application.
Custom commands, submenu 5 items, open application ellipsis. Press open application ellipsis. Menu button, in open, dialog, column view, browser.
Now assign this to
Mail app, messages app, group, 35 of 70. E. Echo, insertion at end of text, edit text.
So I just typed ME to jump to messages and hit return to close that window. All right, so let's add another one really quickly here. So I'm going to get out of this table.
Keyboard commander, tape add button.
VO space on this.
Edit text, blank.
And this time I'm going to do
G, command menu button.
VO right over to this command menu button, VO space on this.
Menu, 14 items.
I'm going to hit VO end to jump to the end of this menu.
Custom commands, submenu. Custom commands, submenu 5 items, open application ellipsis.
And select open applications.
Press open application ellipsis.
This time I'm just going to hit GA for GarageBand.
In open, dialog, GarageBand app, group, 22 of 70.
And hit return on this.
G. Golf. Insertion at end of text, edit text.
And we're back in the VoiceOver Utilities Keyboard Commanders window. So now I'm going to show you how I like to use keyboard commanders. If I press the option key on the right side of the keyboard and the letter L, that will launch Logic. So right option L.
Choose a project, dialog.
And let's go ahead
Collection 1 item, select, choose default button.
Just create a blank project here.
In new track, create default button. Dialog 4 with library group tracks group in tracks header in track 1 classic electric piano.
All right, and now I'm going to actually open Safari, so I'm going to do right option S.
Safari start page window.
All right, and I'm going to go to Logic
band D Logic band ASICS slash select GOLB B Logic G slash HA unselected closing menu toolbar blog Logic band webcom quick nav on.
You see this page here has
heading level 1 Logic band posts.
All the blog posts in chronological order. So let's say
heading level 2 basics of compression and how to use the Logic Pro compressor with VoiceOver.
I want to look at something like using the Logic Pro compressor with VoiceOver.
Press visited basics of compression and how to use the Logic Pro link. Press enter to skip. Heading level 1 basics of.
Now I got this blog post open here. And now if I command tab.
Logic Pro, VoiceOver utility, Finder. Safari. Logic Pro. Logic Pro.
You see, I got all these different windows open. So instead of command tabbing through all this stuff, I can just hit right option S.
Safari. Basics of compression and
I'm back in Safari. I can read or watch this tutorial.
published. Link. March 5. Link. The frame.
I can interact with this frame and watch the tutorial, or
Are you a blind musician or audio?
I can read the blog post here. And then when I'm ready to go back to Logic, right option L.
Logic Pro. Untitled. Tracks.
So you see, keyboard commanders don't just open the application, but they'll also make the application the frontmost window so you can get to the application quickly without having to use Command Tab to go through all the open applications on your Mac. That's it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for checking this out. Hope you found that useful and helpful. Please feel free to like and subscribe and share this with someone you know who's new to Logic and VoiceOver. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by making a donation at paypal.me/logic.band, link in the description below. You can also get some one-on-one training if you want to dive deep in any of these topics surrounding Logic, or if you're new to Mac and want to get up to speed with VoiceOver. You can visit logic.band/training for some one-on-one tutoring. And once again, there is a link to that in the description below. Also, don't forget to check the description below for a link to relevant tutorials here on YouTube and or to the blog on logic.band that has some supplemental information for this tutorial. As always, everyone, until next time, happy recording.